He disappeared once, and everyone thought he'd be fine. Then he vanished again. This time, no one ever saw him come back. The truth behind the man who vanished twice. It's way darker than anyone could imagine. And it just might be the secret hiding in plain sight, right in the waters once called home. You see, people don't disappear in Key Largo. At least, not without leaving a trail of questions. They drift away, sure. They drink too much, gamble too much, and fall in love with the wrong people. But they don't just vanish. Until Raymond Kessler did. Ray was 42, a marine mechanic with a sun-bleached beard, leathery skin from decades on the water, and a reputation for fixing engines no one else could touch. He lived alone in a narrow concrete house perched over a canal on Car de Sound Road, a quiet stretch of water flanked by mangroves, the kind of place you could live unnoticed for years. He had no children, no close family, just a boat, job, and a habit of paying in cash. And that made him invisible in life. And, as the story would prove, dangerous in death. All this began on a Wednesday in March. Ray didn't show up for work at the marina. His co-workers were used to tardiness, but Ray was reliable. When he missed a second day, his boss grew concerned and decided to go check on him. By Friday, he arrived at Ray's house. Front door was unlocked. Inside, everything seemed perfectly normal. Almost too normal. Dishes were washed. Bed was neatly made. His wallet was on the counter. Cash still inside. His phone was charging. Most glaring detail, his boat was gone. The sheriff's department filed it as a possible boating accident. After all, accidents happen all the time in these waters. A man disappears while out at sea, and there's often little to go on. It would have ended there, except 3 weeks later, barefoot and sunburned, Ray walked into a bait shop in Marathon, 30 pounds lighter, told the clerk he was kidnapped. Ray claimed 2 men had approached him at a marina, offering cash to consult on a high-performance engine. When he refused, they knocked him unconscious. When he woke up, he said he was aboard a sailboat, bound for somewhere south, blindfolded. They forced him to modify engines, speed enhancements, silent running, and erasing serial numbers. He said he worked under their watch for weeks before escaping during a storm and washing up on shore. The story sounded cinematic, too cinematic. Investigators immediately noticed inconsistencies. See, there were no rope burns or marks on his wrist, no injuries consistent with weeks of captivity, no missing cash, personal items, and no evidence of suspicious vessels reported in the area. Despite these doubts, no criminal charges could be filed. Ray was cleared, and the case went cold, and life returned to normal. In the months following, Ray retreated even further into his routines. He worked long hours at the marina, repaired engines, and occasionally took odd jobs for private clients, tweaking boats in ways that were always legal and sometimes not. Neighbors described him as quiet, polite but secretive, never socialized much, and rarely spoke about his past. Some marina workers noticed unusual behavior. Late night calls, unexpected trips to Miami, large cash withdrawals. Yet no one connected the dots till October. You see, in October, Ray vanished again. This time, it was different. His home wasn't pristine. The chair was overturned. The air smelled metallic. And a single drop of blood was found near the back door. Not enough to confirm violence, but enough to make authorities take the situation seriously. The boat remained docked, untouched. Unlike the first disappearance, there was no dramatic return this time. Detectives began piecing together Ray's life more thoroughly. They reviewed financial records and discovered a pattern of high-value, unexplained transactions. Phone records revealed frequent communications with unknown context along the Florida Keys. Several neighbors reported seeing unfamiliar men around his property, men who didn't belong in the quiet neighborhood. Despite these leads, there was no body. Without a body, proving murder extremely difficult. A whole year later, a canal dredging project changed everything. Divers discovered a weighted metal drum lodged beneath dense mangroves, less than 200 yards from Ray's house. Inside were human remains, and dental records confirmed that it was Raymond Kessler. The autopsy revealed blunt force trauma to the skull. Cause of death: it's definitely a homicide. Investigators revisited the first disappearance. Turned out Ray had staged the entire kidnapping. Financial records revealed Ray had been laundering money, engine modifications for smugglers, altering serial numbers, increasing speed, and wiping away any digital traces. He had crossed someone who operated in the shadows of the Florida Keys. Someone who wasn't willing to let him disappear and return safely. But the killer was never identified. But detectives believed that Ray was murdered by someone who knew exactly how to dispose of a body in waters that hide their secrets really well. Ray's house was sold years later. New owners reported something unusual. Quiet nights, the canal smelled faintly of fuel, stronger near the mangroves. Investigators tested the water multiple times. Nothing illegal was found, but the smell lingered. It was as if the environment itself remembered the man vanished twice.